Hi, I'm Joshua M. Evans. Welcome back for episode 9 of 12 in the Culture of Engagement series. This week, regarding culture, we're going to be talking about toxic cultures. Now, what causes a toxic culture? I'm going to tell you right now, toxic employees do not cause toxic cultures. Nope, not at all. You're like, no, Josh, no, they're the toxic ones. They're the ones that are poisoning the staff. It's not toxic employees that cause toxic cultures. It's good employees' tolerance of toxic behavior that causes toxic environments. Because if we shamed these people into acting correctly and not being toxic, right? If we held them accountable, then we wouldn't have that problem. But if we tolerate bad behavior, it's tantamount to endorsing that behavior. I'll give you a quick story. So I have one of my young sons, woke up early in the morning, I could hear him in the kitchen moving a large chair into the pantry. Now, there's nothing he needs in the pantry at 6:30 in the morning that he should be using a chair to get, because all the stuff that he needs a chair to get is stuff like sweets and candies, and I knew that's what he was going for. Well, I walk in there, and sure enough, he's standing there and he's got a big bag of marshmallows. And I go, hey, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm about to eat some marshmallows. Now, as a parent, I have a choice. It is unbelievably cute. Him in his onesie pajamas with the feeties on it, and he's sitting there and he's about to eat some marshmallows and he is excited about it. But if I let him do it this one time, if I tolerate it this once, I'm endorsing that behavior. What's he going to do tomorrow? He's going to go get a chair, he's going to slide it into the pantry, and he's going to get marshmallows again. You're like, Josh, you're a terrible father. No, I'm not, because we talked about it, and later on we were able to have marshmallows, but I'm trying not to incentivize the wrong behavior. Tolerance of a behavior is tantamount to endorsement of that behavior. I bet you can list 3 things right now that employees do that you think is wrong, right? A behavior that people exhibit. And if we're not holding them accountable, it's essentially us saying that behavior is okay. Now, we all grew up on the schoolyard, knowing that bullies existed. Well, they exist in the workforce too, and it's rarely talked about, but that's behavior that has become accepted, right? It's tolerated. But once again, tolerance of a behavior is tantamount to endorsement of that behavior. If you want to get rid, right, of toxic people, get rid of them now. Tell them what behavior is acceptable, what's not acceptable. Hold them accountable, and make sure your team's holding them accountable too, because it's anybody that's come in contact with toxic behavior that doesn't speak up is now accountable for a toxic organizational culture. It's everyone's responsibility, not just yours, not just the leadership team, not just the toxic employee. It's everyone's responsibility to not only exemplify what they want to see in their organization, but to hold others accountable who aren't living up to that standard. Got it? Anyway, thank you again for joining me for this episode. I'm so excited to have you here. I look forward to seeing you next week. Stay well and stay awesome.